Hi Pisces. Alright, welcome to this space if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. Okay, so it is such a mellow, beautiful, beautifully calm day. There's somewhat of a contrast to the recent past. There's been changes, right? And there'll be more changes in the future. Going back to a brighter place. Something about that. Okay. I guess we'll just jump right in. Let's see what's in the center. Oh, cleansing. Perfect. Let's just read off these cards because they're funny. They're really fun. Some of them are super funny. Okay. Today I am writing myself a prescription to clean house. Mentally, physically, literally, figuratively, and anything else that applies adverbally. It's hard to make room for new connections and experiences when every bit of my emotional space is cluttered with psychic bric-a-brac. So I'm grabbing the sanity vacuum and sucking up all my gripes, groans, gossip, and other garble to give my life a fresh new start. Don't worry, subconscious. Don't worry, ego. There's always new psychic bric-a-brac in the metaphysical clutter section of Craigslist if we miss it. So the unicorn was going this way, but the cleansing is going... The unicorn was trying to go towards the past. I felt like I was yelling there. Sorry, it's because I get excited. The unicorn was trying to go towards the past. The cleansing is going towards the future. Let's see about cleansing. Ah, the card of release. Very good. So the wind is leading the way. You want to... It's like you have a guide. You have a guide. It's not exactly about going towards the easiest thing. But there is something about being aware of what draws you in, and there's obviously some sort of lightning. That was an Aquarius reading a long time ago. Lightning or lightening. There's a lightning. This is Leo too, right? Let's open up. Let's see where the unicorn was trying to go. Oh, air. It's like reaching for the past. Trying to have the same conversation. I just saw someone grasping at straws. How's that game go? You want to get the longest one or the shortest one, or are those house rules to that game? There's 3 woodpeckers on one tree. I've never seen 3 woodpeckers together. Maybe it's 2 males fight. You better leave those alone, cat. Maybe it's 2 males like trying to fight for or like prove to the lady. Maybe something like that. There's something about that kind of dynamic. Like where drama create. how drama creates desire. Ooh, interesting. But that's also what's being cleansed here. And I saw the space is cluttered. So I guess as you rule drama in a collective sense, this is a big job for you, right? Or wherever you have Pisces, it's a huge job of purifying, right? And Scorpio helps with that, like pulls that which you don't, when you don't know where something goes. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's so vast. And I guess with both of these, you're also learning from air right now. I see this more Libra, Scorpio. Okay. Should we look at the... What's... Oh, this one. Thank you. It's like knocking on the door. It's like, which one? Oh, it's Spirit. Spirit just... Okay, there's the door to Spirit. So I guess with that release, you also... This space is now becoming more... Things are put in the right place, right? You also receive a gift, right? If we take this angel out, right? If we take this angel out, can you see? It's kind of like a barren tree, right? Rocks, flat land. But then we add in the essence that this is spirit, and then what do we have? An angel giving a vessel, right? This is love, right? This is peace. But I guess it's a perspective. Okay, now where? Yeah, let's see what the corners are. Just a minute. The moon's in Pisces today too. Thank you for that. Didn't this happen last month? Neat. Okay. And now I'd like all the information, like to be able to see all the parts before we go any further, right? That's going to help to understand. It's like the bridge becomes visible. The bridge becomes... It's like reaching the other side of the river. Do you know what I mean? It's... Just a moment. Only the truth shall set you free. What's that story about? Is that King Arthur? When the sword and the stone? The sword and the stone. The sword. The S word. And the stone. The S tone. Okay. Because only one pure of heart can remove that, right? And actually I think in the story, how does it go? All these people, there were all these attempts, but they were with ego or vanity, right? And then something comes along, not even expecting that something would become a reality, right? Or could become a reality. It's not even really an idea. And then all of a sudden you're within it, and then there's an offer, right? There's some sort of opportunity. But I believe the task is accomplished by just seeing if he could. Do you know what I mean? And he did. It's like a vase becomes a bowl. Do you know what I'm saying? Can you feel that difference? The vase becomes the bowl. Can't really clean a vase, right? Like one of this nature, like where the neck, it's so skinny, right? You get in there, but then it's so tight, and then it opens up in this big, huge space. And you can get the bottom, right? The bottom would probably be easy to get, maybe a little bit on the sides, but the parts that are on top and underneath are going to be the most difficult to clean, right? So I guess this shows me that that shape of the bowl is what has been gone around, right? It's smoother now. So you have to transform some kind of feeling into a different shape. And I guess once that happens, then you have to use fire to cure it, right? So that when more water if water comes around, it holds water, it doesn't become mud. Does this make sense? Oh yeah, look, it does it. Look, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's even wider than this, though. It's almost something that, like, can become large enough that you could actually, like, kind of bathe yourself in it. It's something you can truly be within. Feel it in your skin. Feel the depths of love. Just a minute. If you intentionally put in an hour a day for this month, into intention, right? Where there's a place of intention, you're going to see such great progress. It's like there, because it's not like you're gathering things exactly. It's and there are physical things that are a part of this process, very much so, right? Because you have to do it, so it's a human action that's needed, right? Because what you're meant to do is make space. And then find a boundary. What if you put the ocean in a bowl? Do you know how to take the vastness of you and make it smaller? There's a lot of layers to this, right? Just a minute. Let me see what I'm seeing. Let me see. I didn't feel patient enough. I didn't wait long enough. I guess I felt like, how do I explain it? 60 seconds is a lot longer than you think that it is. But it's also infinitely shorter. Like time. Okay. Pisces. Should we, let's add, oh, it might be nice enough to take this off now. We finally got rain. Received water from the rain gods. It felt good. We needed it. 2 days straight, actually. It really cooled it off. Which means it's going to get really hot soon. Right? But you know what's interesting is when it rains, as soon as it's after a long rainstorm, as soon as the sun comes out, you ever notice how there's so much growth? Like everything's like boop, 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 a couple inches taller, right? Okay. Did you ever run away from home? Did you ever run into, what is it in the ocean that if you ran into that, you would be, you're intrigued? Where is it that you're intrigued and intimidated? This is a bit of there's definitely a childhood kind of, I guess the heart of this is cleansing, right? If you have a garage or like a side space or like a back closet or something again that's like, it's not disgusting, it's just out of the way. If you dig in there, rearrange it if you can. Oh, I see. This energy, Pisces, also relates to Jupiter being in retrograde until the end of October. Okay? Because then it will go back into Pisces. So for now, while you're on the land, I know you miss the ocean. This is your your world, right? Not to say that you're not embracing it, but it's like sort of like this saying has come to me for a while now. It's like the art of sweeping, you know. But some things are like trying to sweep the desert. You know, it takes a while to make a pile. Aquarius, it takes a while. I feel like sometimes you're surrounded by Saturn, by your mirror is what I'm seeing. It's like you're surrounded by your mirror. So how do you feel about what you see? Especially also when you look into the past, when you look into the deep, like when you look into yourself in ways of love, because there is a bit of shyness here too, because of times when people were walking towards each other and then it continued on. I mean, it was just naturally going, right? Oh my gosh, it's like last month's reading, the crisscross. Maybe you're in a Cancerian, like zigzag stitch energy too. This could be moon energy. Because it's not exactly two ships in the night. It's about everyone working together and knowing what's right. people working together and knowing what's right. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. But that dream, you can make it whatever you want, right? Now, to have a dream become a reality, right? You have to believe in that dream. You have to believe in that dream. Then you need to figure out and think about until you come to a place of gather knowledge so that you can figure out what you need to do to the physical steps to make that happen. What's the goal? What's the time frame? What's the plan, man? Right? And then from there, you get excited and have faith as you move forward, right? And that's usually like a good zip. It's kind of like a pawn moving the first two spaces, right? When you begin, it's like, boop, I can go a little extra. But then there's always something that comes in that's going to scare you a little bit, right? And then this is where you learn to be like, okay, I'm going to reach out to someone. I'm going to have a conversation. I'm going to talk to those that are close to me. I'm going to, like, get other people's opinions, right? And then the courage comes back, and again, there's like a forward momentum, but this time it's like really loving because you learned something of courage by facing that fear, right? And then there's a little wonky spot after that because there's the mirror. And then again, you might come to a place where you might question yourself, but then all of a sudden, within that questioning, there's also an opportunity to be able to again, really have some wonderful ideas about how things are going or how you would like them to go. And then all of a sudden, you love where you are and you love who you are. And I guess that's how you shift belief systems sometimes. Like, you have to, there's an order to it. But I guess to move through these different stages or these different worlds, it has to be, as you go along the path, it's like you're not allowed to really leave any trash, you know what I mean, around, or walk past something that needs to be addressed. Now, of course, we can horse blinder through life if we want to. You know, Soup or Sagittarius, like, boop, no diss. I'm just saying, like, the essence of the horse is, like, okay, we're going to just go, not pay attention to the sides because it's moving so fast. But that's why air is the opposite, because that higher perspective is needed, right? And all horses have to come to, you know, stop. And maybe it's also about, you know how they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink? This has to do with other people in your life, Pisces. Other people in life. Maybe that needs to be understood a little bit better. Or thought about how you can go about that lesson a little bit differently. Maybe take the times that you did lead the horse to water, that you, which I suppose is like showing someone or something, or teaching someone something, right? Walking together, what a beautiful thing. And then it's like, oh, the horse doesn't want to cross the road. It's like, okay, well, you were already on your path, right? Because I guess one's path always sort of comes to a halt when we're purely walking for someone else. And there's complete disregard, if there's a disregard of the self, right? But I guess there's also no connection when it's like that. And what is wanting to be experienced is a good time. Didn't we talk about that? When's the last time you had a good time? Right? Yeah, when's the last time you saw a rainbow? What else do we got? When's the last time you were in a huge group of people? You know what I mean? Where it's like a sea of people. When's the last time you saw a snake? I know. You could pause in between. When's the last time you saw, or maybe you want to pay attention when the moon is out during the day, too? I see this a bit more full, although you usually only see it when it's a gibbous. Also, when's the last time you saw a fire? When's the last time? Those are kind of interesting words, right? It makes it seem like, in one way, it's the last time, right? When's the last time? But what that actually expresses is just the time before. It doesn't necessarily indicate, and actually in some ways goes towards the idea that this is going to happen again, right? In some kind of way. So you understanding what you want that something to be, well, this helps a lot, right? Because sometimes maybe we think even that like this mess isn't my mess as we're going along on our path. But perhaps it's from a different time, or I mean, I guess the question is why do you do what you do? What's important to you? And when's the last romantic date you went on? And what was that there was something embarrassing about childhood too. Maybe this is the part, it's like, think about the place in your childhood when you became shy, or when you were shy, and then when is it that you remember being really confident? Think about these two. And patty cake, patty cake. Wait, how's it go? Love you, Pisces. I heard no need for self-sacrifice. Not all the time. Can't sacrifice all the time. Well, I do hope this was of service. I like these cards together. Okay. Oh, I'll show you one thing before we go. Hold on a second. Even though it's overcast. Let me put some in. Come on, sweetheart. You know what's nice too about when it's overcast? Is it makes all the green really green. You can like see the colors better. Sorry if it's wobbly. You're gonna trip. How big. So for those of you who were here last month, I was gonna record you over there, but again, it's raining today, so just a second. You like my sweet pool chair? Makes me feel fancy in my pool. Okay. So, remember the squash? It was like the size of, a quarter? The leaves are like little, less than a quarter. Wait for it. Well, there's the friggin' corn. And here, there's the plant. The Hubbard squash. Look how big it is now. One month. 1 month, Pisces. That's how much that grew in 1 month. I mean, look at it. The Armenian cucumber, that little one. Whoops. It popped up. I'm so happy about it. It just grew from last year, actually. I planted seeds last year in the ground. And then I moved that plot and it just popped up. It's so awesome. Yeah. It's amazing what can grow. You know, it really, really is. Let me fix my bean. I'm stoked. These beans are the best. Preacher beans. Oh, you're silly. You're fine. They call them rattlesnake beans, too. They're awesome. They don't need much water. And they preserve really well as a dry bean. And they're delicious green beans. Okay. Well, I love you so much. I mean, really, look at that corn. That was like 2 inches. Now it's 3 feet. And I guess it's all because there was a night, you know, again, that path that we walked through the different worlds. Woodpecker. Well, I hope you have the best month. Thank you for existing. Sorry from a messy porch on the other end. It's kind of a catch-all sometimes. Really, though, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for showing an example of such great growth. You know? Making all that really magical, invisible ness of you and creating a physical world and expression of that. Like, what a neat thing. You know? You can do that. You are doing that. You can do better than that. If you want to, you make, again, it's like the vase into the vessel. All right, well, that's that. If any of you also have, well, that's that plus. Those of you who have joined the garden of Patreon, thanks too. Thanks so much. Grazie mille. Thanks a million. Such a cool garden. There's some great folks over there. So if you've joined that space, thank you. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to check it out, feel free. Feel free. Okay. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.